Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is our really exciting report training. It's about 8 o'clock at night, so it's probably, we should be doing it at 8 o'clock in the morning when everyone's fresh and we can crunch the numbers. But what this training is all about is to help teach you guys how to read reports, so you can understand how you qualify, are you going to qualify, and also how to tell if your team are going to qualify. But also these reports tell a lot more than that as well. They give you information about when your customers' orders are next about to ship, and whose credit cards have declined and things like that. So I think you guys are going to get a lot out of this training, and we're going to do it once a month. So if you've got any questions, ask them at the end. Otherwise, I'm going to share my screen now and try and keep the wishy-washy talk to a minimum, as I said to Karen today. Alrighty. So, Karen, can you give me a thumbs up? Can you see my homepage? Perfect. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm not going to do too much talking. I just want to get really straight to the point here. So to get your reports, you go to My Team Data. You go to Former Reports. You select the third report and tick the little box that says yes. And then you select the fifth report, Preferred Customer Genealogy, tick the box next to the little yes. And then down the bottom, make sure your email address is correct and then click on Submit. That will send the report straight to your email account. And they look a little bit like this. This is your customer genealogy report. Okay, so it's the customers for the entire team. Okay, the entire team. So the customer genealogy report, you want to print off at least once or twice a month. Okay, so I'm going to run through it. So hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, so the first column, first couple of columns is just their name, address, phone number. The column next to their phone number, you can see where it says there's some CRs in there and some PCs. The CR means Children's Health Study. The PC just means Preferred Customer. Okay, that's not too important, although it is handy to know if someone's on the CHS or not, because as you know, at the moment we can't change CHS orders online, that will change in the future, but at the moment, if you need to change anyone's order that's on a Children's Health Study, you need to contact head office. The column next to that, where it's got the 4s and the 4Is, if there's a 4, it means that customer paid up front for their products. If there's a 4I, it means that they paid in monthly instalments. And if there's a 2I, it means they paid over 2 payments. The next column across is their shipping date. Okay, so that's the next date that their product is actually going to be shipped. Okay, so what I do at the start of the month, or even a couple of days before the month end, is I will print this report and I will go and circle all the customers whose products are shipping in the following month. Okay, so you go down there and it's in American dates. So remember that the month is first and then the day. So go through and circle all those. And then the column next to it, you can see all the A's there. The A's mean that that person is paying their account and they are active. Let's see if we can find some other letters there. C's. The C's mean cancelled. And if there is a D, which there's no D's here, the D's mean declined. So if you've got a D next to a customer, it means that their last payment has not gone through. Okay, and if there's an R, it means that that person has had their order pushed back. The next column across is the customer's ARO number. Okay, so that's the number that if you're contacting head office, you need to give them that number, and it just makes it easier for them to look up the customer. And then the last column, as you can see, is what the customer has ordered. So capsules just means the red and green. Variety means 60 sachets of chocolate and vanilla. And then obviously underneath that you can see 60 vanilla. Then you got 120 vanilla. Premium obviously stands for premium. So that's what the different columns stand for. Hopefully that was around the right way for you guys. So run this report, run the customer genealogy report at least twice a month, just to make sure that you're on top of everybody's shipping dates and everything like that. Now, just remember to use the survey at the 90-day mark. So if you've got a new customer and they've been with us for 3 months, around that 3-month mark, you want to do the Juice Plus Effects survey with them. If they're happy to get their second box, then the company will ship them 30 free sachets of Complete or 2 months worth of the berry blend for free. And that gives us an 87% retention rate in this business. It's huge. It's massive. It's a great way to keep and retain customers. And it's also a great way for them to try another product. So if they're just on the capsules and they haven't tried the shakes before, it's an awesome way for them to try that. And we get a lot of reorders from that as well. So make sure you're doing the surveys, guys. And if you were a customer and then you signed up as a franchisee before you received your second box, you need to keep track of your own survey, okay? Because you drop off the person's customer list who you signed up under. So it's up to you to do your own survey when you become a franchisee, okay? Otherwise, you're going to miss out on that free product. But the system's automated, so you should get the alerts anyway on your homepage. So I'll show you where they sort of come up. Hello. Okay, so if we go to your home screen, this is the other really cool thing about this business is having everything automated. So you can see here in My Alerts, you need to be paying attention to this. Okay, so you can see that I've got two preferred customers who are shipping in the next 10 days. So what you want to do is go in there and have a look and see who those people are, and follow up with them, see if they want their next box to go out, okay? The other thing in the alerts as well is it will tell you if anyone needs a survey due. I don't have any on here, but usually the bottom one is it will tell you if someone's survey is needed before their next box goes out. And it also tells you about all the promos happening in your team as well. So pay attention to My Alerts. It's a really great section to look at. No, you don't have to do it every day, but at least once a week if you can jump on there. Okay, so as we know, that call that I did last night, it's $1,800 to qualify your business, okay? Now, to work out if you're going to qualify, this is where your other report comes in handy. So you want to print the downline growth and distributed genealogy report, PVC report. You want to print this sort of every, maybe twice a month, sort of around the 25th, and then you want to run it again at the end of the month on the last day or the second last day. Now, where is my pencil? There's some really cool things that you need to be aware of in here. I'm going to start with the last column. The last column is the franchisee's sign-up date. So if you don't know when one of your team members signed up, you need to come in here and have a look at their start date, because as you know, the different promo levels have timelines, okay? So you need to be aware of that. The next column across is, you don't really need to know much about that or any of those. It's basically these two columns here. I'm just going to circle those for you so they're easy to see. Okay, so can everyone see those two columns? So this first column here, this one here. So when you run down the list, you can see as you go across, like Tom Christie, that's my partner. So he's an SC, right? So he's eligible to qualify. Now, if you have a look at his figure here, what is it? It's 334, okay? But this column here is our excess column. You can have up to 1,800 in your excess, which is like a slush fund. So if Tom gets to say 1,000 or any amount, he can draw on this 293 that's in his slush fund, okay, to help him qualify. So if he gets to around 1,600, then that's really handy for him to go, okay, well, I've got 200 and something here that I can use towards helping me qualify. Okay, so these are the two main columns that you want to be looking at for your team. Okay, now if you go along here, you can see that we've got another SDVF here. So basically these guys here who they're DD, so that just means they're at the 4% level. I think there's actually another SDVF there, and then there's another one down here. So these two can actually qualify as well. So you'd go across and you go, okay, what are we? We're about 5 days out from month end. This person here is sitting on 838, so you'd probably circle them. They're 1,000 off, which is not too bad. And then Lee down here is on 756, which is probably a bit too far this close to month end. So how do you figure out, what's left to go through for this person? So if we look at Tom, okay, so he's got 334 PVC there. So then we come back over to Tom's customer list, okay? Now you can see here Tom's got quite a few cancellations, and you have to look at when you actually ran this report. So I just ran this report today, okay? So what you want to do is you want to look for any dates that are from today onwards. So anyone's credit card who's going to be swiped in the next 5 days before month end. That's what we're looking for. So if we go through this report, there's one person, 2 people, 3 people. So you can see there, he's got a premium and a capsules, and what's the other one? A variety, all due to come out in the next, before month end. So what we would do then is we would go, okay, so premium is worth 352 points. Remember when I spoke about this last night? So your premium is worth 352 points, but if people pay it incrementally over 4 months, you only get 88 of that towards your qualification, okay? If it is red and green capsules, again, divided by 4, you're going to get 51.25, okay? So you don't get the whole amount unless they pay up front. So that's where you've got to go along to that column that I mentioned before in the customer genealogy and see, have they paid up front or are they paying in increments, okay? For your chewables, they're worth 140, okay? Divide that by 4 and it's 32. What else is there? The shakes, 205, divide that by 4 and that equals, sorry, this up here, I got that figure wrong, guys. That's 56.25 and the shakes are 51.25. Okay, so now we go back to our customer genealogy report because we know what all those figures are. And we look at Tom's customers again and we go, right, he has a premium order there that you can see over here. He's got a premium coming out on the 30th. So what I would do is I would go there and I would put a little 88 next to that. He's got a capsule order coming out on the 30th and I would put a 56.25 next to that. And then he's got a variety order coming out on the 30th and I would put a 51.25 next to that. That makes sense? And then I would tally that up and I would add it to the PVC report, to his figure here. And that's going to give you the total of PVC that he has for this month. Give me a thumbs up if that kind of makes sense to everybody. Yeah, cool, awesome. For those that don't really get that, don't panic because I'm going to be doing these calls all the time. This one's been recorded and honestly, it took me about 10 goes at doing this before I actually got it. So don't stress, don't feel overwhelmed. Once you get it and you'll be fine. What else did I want to mention about that? Let me just grab a tissue. Hold on a second. Now, who counts towards someone's qualification, okay? So we used Tom before, okay? So Tom's at SC, and even if he's not at SC, you can be at SDVF. It doesn't really matter if you're at either of those positions or above. So Tom has Jenny under him, and she's at SDVF. So any of her customers do not count towards Tom qualifying, okay? Tom's got another team member called Lee. Okay, and Lee is also at SDVF, so none of his customers count towards Tom's qualification. But Tom's got another team member called Ben, and Ben is at the 4% level. So all of Ben's customers, or whoever's shipping or whoever's credit cards are being swiped under Ben, go towards Tom's qualification. Okay, so this is where you get the roll up, which is awesome. So it means that Tom doesn't actually have to do the whole 1,800 himself. Okay, you can do that, and if you were to do that, it equates to 22 premium orders. 22 times premium. And how do we get that? We simply divide 1,800 by 88 because most people pay monthly. Okay, so that's how we work out that there's 22 premium orders. 1,800 divided by 88, which is the monthly increments that you get for a premium order, and that equals just under 22 orders. So yes, you can go out and get 22 customers yourself. That's the hard way, obviously. Or you can spread it out amongst your team, and they can each have, you know, I don't know, 500 PBC each, and then you can do the rest. So it's whoever counts towards your qualification is new distributors, okay, so new VFs, new virtual franchisees, and DVFs. Okay, as soon as they hit SDVF, not the month that they hit it, but the following month, then you lose those people's volume that goes towards your qualification. I know that's very scribbly, but hopefully that helps explain it a little bit better. Now, one other thing I want to mention as well is there's a promo out bonus, okay? Now, for the promo out bonus, you need $5,000 going through your business. Okay, now for the promo out bonus, it includes new VFs, DVFs, and SDVFs. Okay, so all of those plus your own go towards your $5,000. Okay, again, it's the increments, and you're unlocking, the benefit of getting here is you're unlocking even more bonuses. You're unlocking another 2%. Okay, so when you qualify, when you get your 1,800, you're unlocking 4%, and then when you do the POB, you're unlocking another 2% on everything. So if we go back to our report, how do we know where to get that figure from? I don't really, oh yeah, Tom's kind of got one in here. Okay. So if you can see this report, it's the square in the middle, just here. Okay, so that's the POB. That's what we want to see at 5,000. Okay, so that should be your goal, guys. You want to get into POB to unlock as much money as you can. And when you go for certain promos, you actually need team in promo out bonus. You need team in the 5,000 to be able to get to certain promotional levels in our business. So it's really, really important. Okay, so hopefully that explains a little bit more about how you work out how you're qualifying. I encourage you all tonight or tomorrow to go to your formal reports, select those 2 reports, print them off, and just have a go at working out where you think your qualification is at. Text me through the number or message me, let me know, and I can check it with what I've actually worked out already, okay? So you don't have to go through your entire customer list. It's just the people whose credit card is left to swipe this month. Now, don't forget we're on American time as well. So if you print the report today, which is the 28th, it'll actually include all the customers for the 27th, okay, because they're the day before. So you can, that's an important note to know as well, okay, because we're a day kind of behind on the reports to America. Now, the other reports I wanted to show you, I'm just going to go back and share my screen again. And I'm nearly finished. I don't want to inundate you too much. My current month or my business and team at a glance, click on either of those. This is a great section to go into because what it does is it lets me know how many new franchisees we've got in our team. So we've got 19. We've got 3 team members close to DBF, 1 team member close to SDBF, 11 team close to a promotion. We've got 192 new preferred customers in our team, which is awesome. That's 192 new families that have been impacted and their lives are about to change. So that's awesome, guys. If you scroll down, there's some graphs, okay? You want to see your graphs trending up, okay? That's a good thing if they're trending up. The other reports too here that you want are previous month end, just shows you what happened in the last month. But this 12-month analysis report, once you've been in the business a little while, I know this looks very, very confusing, but that top line along here is actually, it shows what you actually get paid, and then the column under it is your bonuses. So you can actually come in here and check out, what you're getting paid each month. You can check out how many qualifiers you've got, how many new team you've put on. So that's just another report if you want to start looking at that as well. And then your previous month end is a great report to show you what happened in the last month. Okay, so it pulls up all your qualifiers. I'm just waiting for this. It lets you know, this title date lets you know who qualified for the month. So, September, we've got some in there. So Lou has qualified to DVF in September, which is great. This person's hit DVF in September. We've got a SC here in September, Alicia, that's awesome. So it lets you know who's qualified, what position they got to, where their pay line is. So you can come in and have a look at your team and see where each of their pay line is. You need to worry about that when you start getting into the higher positions, SSC and above. It lets you know if they qualify, what's in their excess. This preferred customers is how many preferred customers they've got. This column here where it says CONTST Bull 34, that's how many months in a row they've qualified their business. So that's huge. So send a shout out to those people. That's awesome. And then appointment date at the end is the day that they actually signed up. Okay, so as I said before, that's an important date to have because you want to keep on top of their promotions and everything. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. I don't want to inundate you too much. I just wanted to really get the grasp of how to work out your qualifications. Hopefully that has helped. I'm going to stop the recording and then open it up for any questions.